We are going to talk about fractions, mixed and improper, how to go from mixed to improper and improper to mixed. So we're going to think all the way back to fourth grade. In fourth grade is where we really targeted this area. But the difference was in fourth grade, we were given a picture, and in our picture, some were shaded in, and some were not. You may have had a chart. Our school called it an MI chart. Yours may have been called something different, which is fine. The first thing we looked at, though, was our picture, and we said, okay, if this is completely shaded in, that's one hole. If this is completely shaded in, that's another hole. We usually circled them. So together, that's two holes. And what fraction do we have left is 1/4. So our mixed meaning you have a whole number mixed with a fraction. Our mixed would be the whole number, the ones that are all shaded in, and we add the fraction. For our improper side, we took the denominator, because we knew the denominator has to stay the same, because remember, a denominator is how many total pieces in each picture, not total counting them up, but in each picture. So this one has 4 total, this one has 4 total, this one has 4 total. Even though they're not all shaded, they still have 4 total pieces. For our numerator with improper, remember improper is the numerator is larger. So how we get that larger number is we're going to add up all of the ones that are shaded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 total shaded, 4 in each picture. And then we double checked, made sure our denominators match, and they do. Okay, so that was fourth grade. Sixth grade, we do not have the pictures that we did in fourth and fifth grade. So we need to know how to go from an improper fraction, this is improper, to a mixed. And remember that a mixed is a whole number with a fraction. We also are going to have to be able to go from mixed to improper, and we'll look at that in just a second. Okay, so when we're given an improper, we can identify it because the top number is larger than the bottom. We call, somebody had mentioned in class, it looks like a bobblehead, which I thought was very true, because in a bobblehead, the head is like super big compared to the body. And so here we have a little bobblehead, big head, little body. To find out its mix, we are going to remember to find top dog in the house. Well, that should remind you of division, because when we did our division lesson, we were talking about putting the top dog in the house. The house being your division. Top dog is your larger number. Your larger number is the 7, it's your numerator, and you're going to divide it by the 3. And then you're just going to do a normal division problem. 3 goes into 7 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1, so I have a remainder of 1. The most tricky part of this is we have to know which numbers to put where. Well, you have to think my dividend, or the answer to my division question, is my whole number. That 2 is 2 holes went in. Remember, we're trying to think how many 3's went into 7? 2 whole 3's could go into 7. My remainder is my leftover. My 3 was my total in number of pieces. So when we make a mixed number, we're going to take the whole, which is our 2, My leftover, or when we're talking about fractions, our part over our total. So 2 1/3 is the same as 7/3. Okay, so let's try to go from mixed to improper. So remember, a mixed number is identified by a whole number and a fraction. So we're going to do a little lasso here, or a C, and that just reminds us what order we're going to go in. We're going to start at the 4, we're going to look at the 3, we're going to come around to the 1. We just have to remember what we do at each step. So we're going to look at the 4, we're going to wrap around at the 3, and we're going to multiply them. So 4 times 3, sorry, put the wrong thing. 4 times 3, almost did it again, is 12. But then we have to keep wrapping around, and we're going to add the 1. Okay, again, how we did that was we started at the 4, the denominator, followed our lasso around to the 3, we're going to multiply, keep following it around to the 1, we're going to add. So 4 times 3 plus 1 is 13. And our denominator always stays the same. These should be the same. Okay, so let's try some practice problems. Let me get another piece of paper, and we will do some improper to mixed. And I would know which way I'm going because I'm giving you an improper. You can tell because it's a bobblehead, so I need to find mixed. Remember that we're looking for top dog in the house. Reminds us the house is a division sentence. Top dog is the bigger number. Smaller numbers on the outside. 4 cannot go into 2, but 4 can go into 25 times. 5 times 4 is 20. 1 minus 0 is 1. I have a remainder of 1. How we pull these numbers? My whole number is my 5. My leftover, or my part, is 1 over my total of 4. That means that 21/4 is equal to or the same as 5 1/4. Now I always want to go back and check, make sure that I have my denominators the same. Okay, why don't you pause the video? Let's try one on your own. Well, don't pause it until I give you the one. There we go. Now you can pause it, try it on your own, come back and check with me. Okay, so you should have done this one on your own. I'm not going to write top dog in the house every time, that takes too much time. But I know that I need to divide up. 31 is the top dog in my house. 4 is on the outside. 4 does not go into 3, but it does go into 31. How many times? 7 times. 7 times 4 is 28. Subtract, and you get 3. Okay, so I'm going to pull it out of my division sentence. I have 7 wholes because of the top. I have 3 left over, or 3 part, over 4 total pieces. I'm going to double check, make sure that my denominators are the same. Let's try another one. Let's do 19/6. Go ahead and pause the video, come back and check with me when you're done and see how you did. Okay, you should have done this one on your own. Don't forget top dog in the house. I'm going to divide. Top dog is my 19. Divide by my 6. 6 does not go into 1, but it will go into 19 3 times. 3 times 6 is 18. Subtract. My remainder is 1. So I'm going to take those numbers, my 3 whole, 1 part or leftover, over my 6 total. And I'm going to double check, make sure my denominator is the same. Okay, so let's practice some. We just did, let's see, improper to mixed. So let's try some mixed to improper. So if I give you a mixed number, you can identify it because it has a whole number and a fraction. Remember, we're going to lasso or the C, whichever you prefer. I know some of your teachers last year used a C. And you just have to remember what order. As I go around, I'm going to multiply, and then I'm going to add. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. 11, denominator stays the same. Check, make sure it's the same. They are. Okay, let me give you one to try on your own. Let's do 9 and 1, 6. So pause the video, try it on your own, and then come back and check with me. Okay, so you should have tried this one on your own. We should have started with our lasso. When we go around, we're going to multiply 6 times 9 and then add the 1. So 6 times 9 is 54, plus 1 is 55. My denominator stays the same. Check. Make sure denominators are the same. Okay, let's try another one. About 6 and 1/3. Go ahead and pause the video, try it on your own, come back and check with me. Okay, so you should have tried this one on your own. First thing we need to do is lasso it. When I move from the 3 to the 6, I'm going to multiply. As I move from the 6 to the 1, I'm going to add. So 3 times 6 is 18, plus 1 is 19. Denominator stays the same. Check. Denominator is the same. Yes. Okay, let's try one more. How about 11 and 3/4? Go ahead and pause the video, come back and check with me. Okay, so you should have tried this one on your own. Remember, first step, lasso. When I move from the 4 to the 11, I'm going to multiply. When I move from the 11 to the 3, I'm going to add. So 4 times 11, 44, plus 3 is 47. Denominator stays the same. Check. Are they the same? They are. Smiley face.